Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. One informal phrase that we use a lot is smack bang in the middle. And it's an informal phrase used to describe something that's exactly in the center or middle of a place or area. Basically, it emphasizes the exactness of the position. For example, if somebody says the coffee shop is smack bang in the middle of the town, they mean that the coffee shop is located right at the center. Now, it's not something involving geometry or mathematics. It's just a rough guess. It's a way of expressing where something is. So you don't have to get the measuring tape just to see if it really is right in the middle. It's just an informal phrase to let you know more or less where something is. For example, the tree is smack bang in the middle of the field. They built the new house smack bang in the middle of the road. The photo captured the sun smack bang in the middle of the horizon. If you just think of the middle or the center, smack bang in the middle is just used for emphasis. It has no meaning except just to add a little bit of emphasis, a little bit of information to let you know that it's right exactly in the middle, even though it really isn't. The coffee shop might not be right in the middle of town, for example. It might be slightly to the left or to the right. So, smack bang in the middle. Now, you can't ever change this phrase. You can change the tenses. The house will be smack bang in the middle if you build it there. Or the house was smack bang in the middle of town until they moved it. Okay, so it's a really useful phrase. Do you know this coffee shop? Which one? The one that's smack bang in the middle of town. Okay. Smack bang in the middle. We use it a lot. It's a very useful phrase to describe where something is. We also use it in other ways, though. For example, when we want to be quite dramatic with speech. I'll just give you an example, okay? So yesterday on the news, this is a true story. Some guy in Utah, in America, he walked smack bang into the middle of an aeroplane engine. They're still trying to work out how he managed to get through the alarm doors. I changed that slightly there, smack bang into, because he's walking into that thing. So that's a little bit more unusual. It would be better to say they found him smack bang in the middle of an aeroplane engine. Now, of course, he may not have been right in the middle of it. He might have been to the left or to the right. But my dramatic sentence is telling you that he was right inside it. Okay? In the middle of it, just for the sake of drama. But it gets my point across very well. Let me just give you another example. Okay? So when I was a teenager, when you fall in love for the first time and you are rather carried away with the romantic moments and you spend a lot of time saying goodbye to your partner. I remember once I was on a railway station platform And of course, I was saying goodbye to someone, and we were kind of like saying goodbye while they got on the train. And then they put their hand out the window, and we kind of held hands and said goodbye. You know, the things we do when we're young. Yes. And then the train started to move. And of course, I was looking in the window of the train and I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. So I'm walking along the platform at the same speed as the train is very slowly moving. I'm busy waving in the window to the person who's leaving on the train, and I didn't notice that smack bang right in the middle of the platform was a crossing pole. It was one of these signs that's there, and I walked right into it and broke my nose. So there we are. That's how you could use this phrase, smack bang in the middle, an informal phrase. Let's just go over a few other examples. Our table was smack bang in the middle of the restaurant. I didn't like it. The campsite was set up smack bang in the middle of the valley. The treasure was buried smack bang in the middle of the island. Now, of course, we don't know if it was smack bang in the middle, but it's just an expression to say it was really caught up in that place, It's a way of saying it was definitely there, because no one knows if it was right on the center. It could have been to the left or to the right. But if you're trying to say something is in the middle, smack bang. You can also use it as a metaphor, about I was living with my brother and his wife, but I just felt that I was smack bang in the middle of arguments all the time, so I moved. Anyway, moving on from this, today is the day that the rubbish is collected from this block of apartments. And as usual, we have a bit of a political game with the neighbours to see who's going to put the rubbish out. They come every 2 weeks to collect the rubbish. Yeah, it's a little bit strange. They don't come weekly. And we have these plastic bins that are kept at the back of our apartment block. And they all need to be placed at the front because the government don't go into your garden to collect them. So somebody has to take all of the bins out. Now, we have quite a variety of people living in this apartment block, and there's always major drama about who's going to put the bins out. There's my Italian neighbor, the one who's training to be an opera singer, and every 2 weeks, me, to put the bins out again. There's a major dramatic moment. And then there's me waiting to the last moment, wondering who's going to do it. Because I used to do it every week, and then I realized that other people were not taking their turn to do it. So I started doing it when I thought it was my turn, forcing the others to do it. Oh, very political, yes. So yesterday, I can see one of my neighbors has put out the trash cans, the bins for collection, but he didn't put mine out. So I had to go this morning and put my own bin out. So I'll keep that in mind for when I'm putting them out next time. It's all very political, and it's ways of giving your neighbors information that perhaps they don't like you or they're excluding you for some reason. I mean, I don't care. I just put the bins out because they need to go out. I don't usually play political games. Speaking of political games, Christmas cards is another political game. And as I take my Christmas cards down this year, I will be noting in my notebook who I received cards from, because I send a card, and if I don't get one back, I put a little mark next to their name. And if they don't send me a Christmas card for 2 years, then they'll be removed from my Christmas card list. Some people do send me messages to say, sorry, this year I won't be sending cards because I'm going green, which means that, I'm trying to save paper, to save the environment. If I receive those kinds of messages, and that's fine, I will remove their names from my Christmas card list. But Christmas cards and sending them is also incredibly political, because it's ways of people saying that they've forgotten about you. People do move, and some people do stop sending them. But I always make a little note of who isn't sending me a card if I'm sending cards. So yeah, Christmas cards are incredibly political. Putting trash cans out can also be a political gesture, depending on who it is that's doing it, especially if they leave some bins behind, because there is a statement there about why they didn't put your bin out. Yeah. So I don't want to find myself smack bang in the middle of a confrontation with my neighbors over the bins, nor do I want to have a confrontation, or to be smack bang in the middle of a confrontation with my friends over Christmas cards. But these things are silently noted and may come up again in the future. Smack bang in the middle is used a lot across the English-speaking world. I hear it a lot in British English, and I do know that it's used in American English as well. I did search to see how often we use it in musical songs, and it seems to have been very popular with jazz, with people like Count Basie, Ray Charles. So if you like jazz, you may hear smack dab in the middle. That seems to have been an older version of the same phrase. So instead of saying smack bang in the middle, smack dab in the middle. And if you like Ray Charles, I think he has a song with that name. I love Ray Charles. In fact, do you know, I haven't heard any of his songs for ages. Even his choir, the Ray Charles choir, was famous, wasn't it? I Can't Stop Loving You was his song. I loved Ray Charles, yeah. Anyway, smack dab in the middle, you'll find that song by him. I think Ry Cooder was another one that did a song with smack dab in the middle. Apparently loads of other people did it as well, but they're all jazz artists, so I haven't heard of any of them. So there we are, smack bang in the middle. And that's it from me today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Let's talk again soon. See you. Bye.